Hello everyone, this is Retro Arcade, a highly thematic Euro worker placement game that plays 2 to 4 players in about 60 minutes to 2 hours depending on the player count. It is the golden age of arcade video games. Players will compete to create the hottest new arcade by building attractions and new arcade machines, loading the latest games into these machines and attracting the best gamers to play them. Once gamers have completed enough games, players take these results to the regional leaderboard to etch their initials in the high scoreboard of history. In Retro Arcade, players can place 2 types of workers on their turn: gamers or recruiters. Gamers are 6-sided dice that come in 3 colors: red, green, and blue. Players use these gamers to gather resources, build new attractions and arcade sets, upgrade their player board, get new games, and finally, score their games on the scoreboard. Recruiters are placed in between the regular action spaces and attract gamers to the player's arcade to play games and activate attractions. Now I'm going to take you through a few actions to demonstrate the flow of the game. Here is my waiting area, which is a pool of gamer dice that I can use to perform actions. I'm going to use this blue 3 to purchase a new game. Now the color or value does not restrict where I can place my gamer die, but they help me activate bonuses, getting more out of my placement. Each action space always has a value bonus and a color bonus. My blue 3 manages to achieve both, which means I can purchase 2 games and get a discount of 1 coin. Since I triggered the bonuses, I must shift the bonus markers to change the requirements for future turns. Now I need to decide which game I want. There are 4 types of games I can choose from. Each one has different rules, but use gamer dice to complete. I'm going to purchase this racing game, and since I get 2 purchases, this shoot 'em up game. Since I have a 1 coin discount, these purchases are actually free. Now, I load one of these games into my arcade machine and place one in my reserve. Next, I want to play my newly acquired game, so I will need my recruiter to attract some gamers to my arcade. I can place my recruiters on these spaces in between the regular action spaces. The number on my recruiter shows how many dice I can take from the surrounding action spaces. I will take this green 2 and this blue 5. Now that I have some gamers in my arcade, I can conduct my arcade phase at any time in between my turns. I can choose any number of gamers in my queue to walk through my arcade floor. I can slightly adjust the value or color of these gamers by spending resources before they go on their journey, but I do not need to do so at this time. First, I set up my gamers at the edges of the arcade floor on the spaces that match their values. Then, in any order, these gamers walk in a straight line, activating any attractions they pass and stopping at arcade sets to play games. Once all my gamers have completed their journeys, I can play games with any gamers that stopped at my arcade sets. I can take these 2 gamers to my purple arcade screen to play the game there. This is a racing game. The value on the left shows the exact amount of gamer dice I need, which is 2, to achieve the target speed on the right, which is 8 or more. This icon on the bottom shows that any green gamers that play the game add 2 to the total value. With my blue 5 and my green 2, I have a total of 9, meaning I complete the game. I then take the coin reward listed on the card and place the game into my completed games area. At the end of my arcade phase, I re-roll all gamers that walk through my arcade floor and send them to my waiting area to be used as worker placement on future turns. Now that I have a few completed games, I'm ready to score. I place a gamer on the score action space. I take my completed game cards and use them to move my fan pawns across the scoreboard. To do so, I count the icons on my games. Each icon allows me to move up, down, left, or right, depending on the game that I completed. In this case, the racing icons allow me to move left, and the cube icons allow me to move up. So with these cards, I can move 2 spaces left and 2 spaces up. I have 2 fans currently on the scoreboard, so I can spread my movement across them as needed. I'm going to move this fan 2 spaces left and 1 space up to claim this special attraction tile. Then I will move this fan 1 space up to collect this 1 ticket bonus. I only can collect bonuses from tiles on which my fans stop, not on the ones they pass. If I were able to move my fans to these edge pieces, I could claim point-earning attractions, or even claim a spot on the leaderboard, earning points at the game's end and earning a powerful leading attraction tile. Once I am done scoring, I place my scored games below my player board to be counted during final scoring. The game ends when one player has at least 3 fans on leaderboard spots, or when the deck of games runs out. Players can then decide to take 3 more turns, but must pay an increasing amount of resources for each one. Players then count the points from any scoring attraction tiles and the leaderboard placements. The player with the most points wins. This has been Retro Arcade. Thanks for watching.